coming up as an adult, one of the things that really I struggled with in life was the issue of relationship, because I hardly uh, be with people. I hardly share my problem with people.
This is my campus story. My campus story.
Okay, my name is Meshach Samuel, or rather Pastor Meshach Samuel, a graduate from Theological College of Northern Nigeria, TCN, Jos Bukuru, Plateau State. Well, I studied theology. Well, my life was, I'm a moral person. Coming up as a child, I'm a moral person. Moral in the sense of I didn't grow up with a bad habit or bad behavior in the society. Why? Because coming up as a young boy, my father was a pastor, and my father is still a pastor. He is active in service. So I grew up from a home that every morning we had a devotion, and each of the family member he or she have a day that he's going to conduct that devotion, and in the evening we also do that. So I grew up as a church boy, as a son of pastor, so with that pastor's vibe around. Well, if I'm to describe my campus's life or my campus life as of then, my campus life has been an amazing moment of my life. Why? Because it's a place of learning, meeting new people, meeting people from different parts of the country, from different tribe, culture, doctrines, a lot of more and more. Why? Because we the theologians, or people who study theology, we have different denominations, where each denomination comes with their own doctrine, but we come there to study as one. Why? Because our aim and purpose there is to study. And my days in campus were really amazed, because I had a privilege to meet different people, to learn. And it has been a privilege for me to even adopt some system of life, where there are some things in my life that I adjust, and there are some things I quit from them, because I just open myself to learn. So my days in campus has been an amazing moment for me, where I learned and I was open to learn. One of the struggles that I faced during my days of campus is one, I think, the issue of finance, which I won't like to talk more about, because that one people usually know. Each student or each and everyone who passes through campuses may have had issue with financial, or may have challenge of financially. But one of the problem or the challenge I faced in school was the issue of building relationship, because me coming up as a young boy or coming up as an adult, one of the things that really I struggled with in life was the issue of relationship, because I hardly be with people. I hardly share my problem with people. So for you to see me among people to discuss or to gist, I hardly do that, and that has been a greatest challenge for me. But along the line, there was a time that I met a friend who really talked to me, encouraged me, gave me some reasons why I should be among people, because it will really expose me to a lot of things, and it will really gives me some ideas about how people live life and the ways of life. And the moment he did that to me, and I was able to succumb to that, and I began to adjust, and it has really helped me. So one of the challenge I think I faced in campus is the issue of relationship. And the moment I begin to do that again, I begin to develop relationship not only with students, but also with staffs, academic and non-academic staff. In fact, if almost everyone in the TCN community, that's where I graduated, I developed relationship, and it has really stood up for me. It has really helped me in diverse ways, which I cannot mention. Thank you for that question. I've really seen God's handwork in my life in the days of my campus in so many occasions. Basically, there was this terrible moment I faced in school where I was financially down, which an exam is fast approaching, where there is this policy in my school that if you don't pay your 70% at the first semester, that you won't be allowed to write exam. And as of then, I remember I could not meet up to that 70%, and I know definitely once that exam day comes, I won't going to write that. I won't write that exam. So it has been it was a very terrible experience. But what really stood out for me and how God came through for me was when I prayed and I asked God to take over no matter the situation. And when I called my parents, I asked them about it. They were like, things are not in a good condition, so I should exercise patience. And the exam is fast approaching. So I met an old friend on social media. An old friend was my classmate. When I shared with this thing with him, and he was able to, God used him to rescue me from that challenge. And I really see what God do. So one thing I believe in with God is that whenever we ask Him about, whenever we run to Him in the days of or in the midst of our challenges, definitely He's going to find a way, and He's going to come through for us in different ways, in the ways that we don't even expect, in the ways that we can't even imagine. And I've really seen. And there was this moment again where God really come through for me again that I would like to share, because there was this moment I don't know what was happening with me in school. To even concentrate in school, I could not due to health issue, and I was even thinking of what to defer that semester. But when I prayed, and with the help of group of people that helped me in prayer, we prayed together as a group, and really God really come through for me, and I was able to overcome that moment. For now, for a student struggling with such situation and such challenges that I've passed through, they should focus on God. They should depend on God, and they should also allow God to take over every step of their life in the campuses, because the fact that they are in the campuses where there are a lot of people, there are a lot of solutions to problem, because seeing some people because of the challenge, they don't want to be in problem, they begin to do some things in order not to find themselves in challenges. The one thing I can say is that God will always come through for us whenever we seek our first. They should focus on God and depend on God. And the fact that they are depending on God, they should not fold their hand, because when I was a student in school, one thing that really stood up for me, again, let me say it, was I didn't fold my hand, because I have a lot of handwork that I can do. And as a result of that relationship I was having with staffs, other students, I was able to get some things that can assist me in school financially. And I was able to do that. You see, a staff will call you to come and do this thing, and he will give you something to assist you as a student. And that was what really stood up for me in school. And along the line, in fact, I was living a comfortable life in school, in my campus life, because it was like, if I resume, I hardly call my parents for anything, because of the relationship I built with people. So one thing I would advise the students who are struggling with that is just to focus on God, and they should not be reluctant in everything they are doing. They should always find one thing or the other to do that will help them in solving their needs. Well, I did that by counseling, by giving out some materials that since I'm a pastor, when I meet a student, whether it's a theologian or any student, I share with him my experience and give him a book. There was this more I give out a book titled 7 Mistakes You Made in Your Campuses, because as of then I didn't encounter that book. I didn't get that book. So it was after my campus I got that book. So and I give out that book to students to read, so that as they go into campus, there are some mistakes that we made in campus, and so that they should not fall to a victim of those mistakes. So I help them by doing that and encourage them and pray with them. Well, in a nutshell, for me, the responsibility of alumni, world leaders, and churches is to be a light to the present student or the campuses, because as an alumni, it is someone that passed through school or who finishes from that school. So as you finish in that school, it is expected that you leave a legacy, a positive legacy, that the generation that comes after you will see and say, yes, this is what people ahead of us did. And if you leave that positive legacy, the next generation that are coming after them will see. And also the church should play a vital role in what? In evangelizing and doing a mission work in campuses, so that to shape, as they do that, they will shape the mind of the student. They will also shape the mind of the campuses from spiritual perspective, because it's not all about academic, but sometimes spiritual mind really matters. So it is the responsibility of the alumni to leave a positive legacy, and the churches should do like mission work, or to be a missionary in taking missions into the campuses, and to shape their mind and also make them a good ambassadors of Christ. My campus story it has been an amazing moment of my life, and my campus story has been a moment of challenges in some ways, and has been a moment of enjoyment at some moment. But in summary, I would say my campus story has been a good moment in my life. Oh, terrorists on the pulpit. Wow. Thank you for this great gift from CMLI. Even as we go there to the world or to the society to shape the church and the nation, this will really be an impactful and an instrument and a tool to differentiate between the fake and the real pastors in the church. Thank you so much for this gift. God bless you.